So I have the heat shield done, and what I'm doing now is fabbing up a bracket. The heat shield is right here. Looks pretty good, came out real nice. And here's the bracket. I'm using a red magic marker. Normally I use blue. Blue shows up a little bit better. But this is gonna go on here like that. Kind of get the idea. And I gotta take this piece of aluminum and cut it, and it's gonna go on here like that. Get cut. Anyway, so let me finish that, and I'll be back. So what I got here is I have the cut metal piece. It's drilled with 2 1/4-inch holes. These holes are, one is 1/4 inch and this one's 5/16. I do one a little bit bigger to give me a little slot for alignment. I had to bend it at an angle. See that? A very slight angle, because the foot peg, this bracket is offset from where it needs to go. I'll cut it here and round it. I put it on everything on there and I marked it. See the mark? And what I'm going to do is take this off here and tack it to here, just up at the very tip. That way I can bend the bracket, put it back on the bracket, bend the bracket whichever way, and gently take everything off and weld it up on the bench. These bolts are just temporary. I'll replace those with some stainless bolts or whatnot. But let's get this thing tacked on here real quick. So what I got here is my aluminum bracket with the 2 holes, and the holes there I cut and ground the end down so it has a nice radius on it. And what I'm going to do here in the mill is I'm going to put what I like to call go pretty holes. So I'll drill holes just as a relief, just to make it look good. Then we'll chamfer them, paint it, and then chamfer them. So I give it a black, probably a black flat black finish with the chamfered holes. So I'll mill this and I'll show you what it looks like when I get done. So here's what it looks like when I got done machining it. And what I'm going to do now is mask off some of this stainless. I'm going to put it into the sandblaster, take out that bolt, put it into the sandblaster, sandblast the exhaust muffler. And I'm going to take some carb cleaner and get off my marks off here, and just check this thing out for any burrs or whatnot, and paint them both flat black with the high temp paint. And then what I'll do on this is I'll go back and chamfer the holes to give it a mirrored appearance in the holes, while the rest of the unit remains flat black. I think it'll look real nice. So here's the aluminum piece painted up, flat back. And here is the chamfering bit that I'm going to be using. It is probably a 3/4 inch diameter, 60-degree pitch on the chamfer, and you'll see what it looks like when we get done here. So I just got done chamfering it. This is the back side. This is the front side that you'll see. See what I mean by go pretties? They don't do anything. Maybe lighten it up like a ½ an ounce, since it's a piece of aluminum anyways. It doesn't weigh very much. And it just looks real nice. So I have the muffler on the bike here. Now all we have to do is bolt it together. I got some stainless socket-headed cap screws here with some nylock nuts. And if somebody wonders why I use stainless, like all my TIG rod I used, if I could, I always use stainless. If the paint wears, I don't like to go back and touch stuff up, so stainless won't rust. So let's put this thing together and see what it looks like. So here it is, the finished product. If you're just watching this for the first time, I said in one of my other videos I was going to make this part stainless, but it was just easier to do it that way. And you can see here on the one I just took off how it's just this piece right here. I just cut it. It's steel. This is steel. I thought it was plastic at first. And then I peened it and I welded it, sandblasted it, and I welded this piece to this piece to make my guard. But that's what it looks like. And when you're doing this, take pride in your work. Look at the fit and finish on those bolts back there. I don't have any extra sticking out. It's flush. The hanger, see how it has a slight bend in it? Look at that. And the video doesn't do it justice because this thing really sounds great. I know there's the other one with me starting out in the parking lot, but and it's cold. I just put it all together, but man, I wish you guys could see this in real life because this really looks cool. If I was gonna do it, if I was a factory, I would probably support it, make a extra thick tab and bolt it on right here, or bring these two down to here, something, I don't know. And if you're wondering why there's two bolts, because this is one, and if you look on everybody else's, like this is two, this goes to one, this would where the factory hanger would be. So I have to have two bolts, otherwise if I just put one bolt and one bolt, it'll pivot. It'll like a hinge, it'll pivot. So I have to have two to make it stationary, and then it just comes up here to this hanger. But that looks really nice. So it's definitely different, you know. Maybe some people don't like it, but for my bike, I think it looks pretty trick. Real nice. Real nice. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it gives you some ideas of some things you can do, whether it's this type of bike or another bike, you know. Come up with your own design. Design it, draw it out, and build it. So, alrighty, thanks for watching, and remember, dress for the crash, not the ride.